This is a video on how to install the Lectric XP 3.0 bike controller. This is a video on removing the controller out of an Lectric 3.0 bike. I couldn't find anything about the new controller. They're all about the old controller. So this is about the new one. First thing to do is to remove the battery so you don't burn anything up. Then this here is screwed right in there with 5 screws, not 4 but 5. And then you take that out, and then there is the controller box. And in the 3.0 it's much simpler. Look at that box, it's just a few wires. The 2.0 is a maze of wires. Now I'm going to pull the controller out and then get back. Okay, I'm starting to try to pull these wires out, and you can see the wires are coming out the front here, so there's nothing coming out the back. So they're all doing a 180 here, and they seem to be hung up on something. Probably a wire that goes out the back. I'm going to have to find that one and I'll be back. It looks like it's tied into a bundle of wires down here underneath. So I'm going to have to take this wrapping off so I can get those wires loose and then see where I go from there. Okay, I'm busy unwrapping this thing that holds all these wires together so I can hopefully loosen them. Fun's fun. Almost there. There. Okay. Now I can maneuver these things a little bit. Okay. Now they get around to the other side. Well, I guess I'll do that now. Move my seat around. Okay, back to the front. Now, oh yeah, you see them all pulling there? See all those wires pulling there? They're all going to go into here, so let me get into that for a moment. It looks like this one here is the main one that's holding it up. So I'm going to have to take that big one apart and see where I go from there. Okay, this thing just pulls apart. Hopefully it goes back together only one way. Oh boy. Is there any notch? Oh, there's an arrow there. There's an arrow there. Okay. So I'll line up the 2 arrows. Arrow there, arrow there, when I put it back together. Now let me go back around to the front. Okay, it's starting to pull out a lot better now. Aha! I got it to flip a U. Okay, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. Now it's just to pop all these wires apart and plug them back in like for like. They are, well, that one's color coded, that one's obvious, and this is the one that's not color coded. So I'll do the color coded first, and then what's left I'll do them one at a time. Before I go any farther, I labeled the old one as old because I can see when I get halfway through mixing up who's who. So there's the one that's coming out as marked old. Now I'm just going to start plugging and unplugging these things. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plugs. That shouldn't be too hard. I'll be right back. So this big one, the new big one, that goes all the way out, and that came out of here. So it goes all the way through inside and then out there. I think the rest are all internal. So connecting the, what colors? Connecting the red one and the orange one was a piece of cake. Really easy, these two. Now there's the 2 big ones coming out of here. One is short and one is long. And they're both fat. So the short one connects inside, and the long one, that's this one, got to push throughout the back, come in and connect to there. And I think I'm done. I'll be back. Okay, I got the short fat one out. Boy, these things are hard to pull. You almost need pliers. They're so tight. But I got that one out of here. That's the old one. And then I plug this one into that one, and then run the long one down the hole in the back, down there, and I should be done. When connecting these wires, you want to look for the little arrows on them. There's a little arrow on that one and a little arrow on the other one, and that's your guide to line them up. Okay, that's that one. So I only lose this big long one. This big long one here. Now push that down there, down that hole, way down there. And it's going to come out the other side and connect to that one, and that's the end of it, I hope. Okay, the final push to push this thing back in is you got to take this big wire that comes out the back here and push it in simultaneously with that, because it's just not long enough to do it separate. So, and that's the way it came out, pointing this way, so I put it in that way. So there it is. The new one's in there, all plugged in here. And here's my old one labeled old, sitting over there. Now I'm just going to screw this cover back on here, put the battery back in, and pray that it works. Okay, it's all back in and all screwed back in together again. I'm going to slide the battery in up there and see what happens. Okay, I got the battery back in, locked in place. Now I got to plug that thing in, put this coil back on, and I'm done down here. It takes a lot of force to plug this one back together. I still don't think I have it all the way, but I'd say it takes about 20-30 pounds of force to push those together. It's really tough on your thumbs. It looks like one of those control wires sticks down far, and I think what I have to do is push it back into the case. So that's what I'm going to try to do now. Okay, now I'm going to rewrap this wire loom here back around all of these wires down here. So after putting the bike together, I turn it off, I turn the power on, and no more E010 error, so I guess it's fixed. Hooray, something worked. So I'll be posting this for other people that are dealing with a new one. Goodbye.